Hey, what's up family? Welcome to this potty training sample lesson where we will talk about the why, where and how of potty training, because it doesn't matter if you can perfectly teach your dog how to sit for a treat in the kitchen but then turns around and pees and poops on the mat or carpet or tiles or anywhere that you don't want it to go. So this is very important. This should always be your number one priority, because in fact I think most puppies and dogs that get rescued and go back to shelters is because potty training isn't under control. So why is potty training such a big deal? For that reason exactly, right? It is costly, it is smelly, it is very inconvenient, and the more your puppy keeps doing it in the places where it shouldn't, the more it becomes a reinforced behavior, and the harder it is to deal with and rehabilitate or correct down the line. So on day one, on minute one, when you bring puppy home, this should be the absolute first thing that you tackle is potty training. And that's why, right? So the way of potty training is this, is that in our system, we teach how to crate train, because when you put your puppy in a confined space that they feel safe in and secure in, biologically, it is very, very difficult for them to pee or poop in the same place that they sleep in, right? So we teach you very, very clearly how to pick the correct size crate for your puppy, knowing that if it is too small, yes, it's going to be very uncomfortable for pup. If it's too big, then nothing stops puppy from peeing and pooping on one side of the crate and comfortably sleeping out of its mess on the other side of the crate. So getting the size correctly is absolutely important. But the way of potty training is inside a crate, and I promise you, your puppy will love it. Now let's talk a little bit about the how. Because puppy's bladder and bowels are so small and can only hold so much waste at any one time, it is so easy to predict like clockwork between when they feed or drink and when they'd like to do the number one or two, that if we use a schedule that I will give to you, and it is very simple to use, you can very, very easily and reliably know when to take puppy out, and the minute you put him on that sand patch of grass, within seconds, 1 or 2 minutes for the most, they will do their business. They will come inside, back into their crate, to their safe space to sleep like puppies should be doing, and you'll have very, very little to no accidents. So the system that we give you is proven, it is tested, it is systematized. You cannot go wrong. The other thing that's important to know is how to deal with accidents, right? Because accidents will happen. You could have a pup that is, practically perfect. You've done everything right, and then there's just that one day you take a little bit too long to take puppy out for its break, or you've turned your back for 1 minute and puppy is dropping a squat and doing its business. And those things will happen, even if it's once in your puppy's lifetime. And it's important to know how to deal with those accidents and with your puppy when it does happen, and your emotions and the puppy, because puppy is learning every minute of every day. And so in the culture and community that I grew up in, it was very normal for puppies to be corrected by taking their snouts in their mouths and dunking it in their excrement, which the teenage Ramsay, thinking about it now, man, I don't know why I didn't do something about the people and the neighbors and the friends that I saw and heard about doing that. It is absolutely unacceptable, and there is a far better way to deal with accidents when they do happen. And so I look forward to sharing that with you in the course. But the beauty about crate training is that when you do it correctly, man, there is just like little to no chance when you do it correctly that your puppy will even have accidents for you to correct. It is just, without the crate, in fact, let me say it like this, it is exponentially harder to potty train your puppy effectively. But with the crate, it just makes life so much easier, not just for potty training, but for a whole bunch of other things, which we in fact will talk about in the next lesson. I'll see you there.